Hello, everyone. My name is Teacher Rebecca, and I teach on various online platforms, including Outschool. So today we're going to talk about Outschool and some of the new updates that are happening right now in late summer 2023. Okay, some of these have been rolled out in the past few months, but now they're getting started. So let's just get started. The other day we got an email that lists out some new changes. So I'm just going to kind of read over the email so we can see what's happening. Okay. So it says here, and I'm going to see if I can zoom in a little bit. Let's see. Okay. There we go. Okay. How's that? Does that look better? Oh, good. Okay. Hey, Kathy. Welcome. Let me know what you've taught today. Are you going to teach anything? What's happening? Maybe we'll go over here. Oh, no, that's too big. Let's go back over here. There we go. Trying out this new thing. So the first thing that we're that we're going to talk about are the educator badges. Okay, this is like a new thing a lot of companies are doing where they recognize certain educators or certain people with a badge for various things. So let me just read this real quick and then let's go over the criteria. It says educator badges are rolling out over the next few weeks. We also added 2 more badges to provide more opportunities for educators to highlight their status, introducing the Rising Star Educator Badge and new On Outschool Badge. Based on certain criteria, independent educators are eligible to receive a public profile badge. As we shared earlier this year, like in June in my last video, you can go look over there. These are badges that families will see when viewing classes and educator profiles. Reminder, since we're testing these badges as an experiment first, you may see badges in search or other areas of the platform, or you may not. This is likely due to your profile being in a control group, which could change later on. We will keep you updated as we continue to roll out badges. Okay, so what are the certain criteria? Let's go look real quick. Okay, let's open up this one right here. And I'm going to do a quick dive through in here. Blah, 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 blah. We're going to talk about them and what are the badges. Hey, Kathy, you said you taught 5 one-on-one ESL classes on Outschool early this morning. Excellent. Are you using the new one-on-one format in your classes? Because we're going to talk about that in just a little bit. And I want to know how it's working for you. Okay, so I'd love to hear about the migration to the new one-on-one format. Okay, so what are the badges and how do educators earn them? So they said there's 4 badges. Let's take a look. We have the Star Educator. Okay, so when this experiment launches, we will be awarding 2 types of badges. So this is the Star Educator. This was previously known as the Featured Educator. Okay, so these are the Star Educators. You can do it as an educator by yourself, like I am, or you could do it as part of an organization. But here's what you need. You need to hold an ACE educator status achieved by completing certain learning opportunities, which means you have to have that blue ACE profile picture. A question, do you have it yet? I'm working on mine, and I'm going to put down in the description box below the link that you can go to see how to get this ACE educator status. Pretty much, from what I can tell, I have to go online and take 3 classes or watch 3 recordings and tell them what I learned from them and in 3 different categories, and then I can take a little test. Let me just show you real quick. Okay, I'm going to send this link down below. Here's the ACE teaching framework. There's the agency, community, and expertise. So you can take 1 class in the agency, 1 class in community, 1 class in expertise, and they're all online classes. I'm just going to scroll through this one real quick. Okay. So then you need to submit a framework submission form. This mostly just talks about what did you take, what did you learn from it, what did you like, what did you not like, just to show you that you watched it. So here are some possible things you could watch. Most of them are on the EdWeb website. So you just sign up for the class. Sometimes some of these I wanted to do, but they're done with it. It's not live anymore, but you can watch the recording with the same deal and get the same certificate. So there's there's a lot that you can go do that. So that's my my to-do list, because if I want to get a badge, I have to have an ACE educator status. Okay, so again, I'm going to link this website right here below. So in case you want to work on your ACE status, you can go ahead and do that there. Let's head back over to here. Let me see what Kathy's saying. She says, I have the ACE badge. None of my ongoing one-on-one sections have migrated yet. They have only migrated some classes that I currently am not teaching. Okay, so it's going to come. And I'm going to get you the comment in a minute about, well, okay, I'll go right now. It says, I think they're having problems migrating classes. They're in current use. Honestly, I'm nervous about how it will go. Okay, I want to hear your thoughts about it in a second. I will tell you that my daughter takes one-on-one private lessons, and I don't think the teacher's class has migrated yet. But honestly, as a parent, I don't know if I would even know if they migrate or not. I don't know if there's a change in how it looks. So I'd be curious to know what the teacher side is, because I'm not teaching one-on-one yet. I don't know. I might start it. I don't know. But if I start one, it's going to be automatically in the new way. Okay, let's head back over here real quick. So to get that Star Educator, I know I'm gonna get easily distracted. Okay, I'm just go over here. Okay, hold ACE Educator status, have had greater than or equal to 100 enrollments in the last 6 months. Now, this part really confused me at the past because I teach very part-time. So I only see on average like 40 people a week, okay, give or take. But a lot of those 40 people I see week after week after week. So they're not new enrollments. Okay. So they're not like, oh, getting new people coming in. No, that's fine because it's just 40 people per week. That's 120 for the month. Therefore, I qualify. Ta-da! So as long as you have enough people who continue to take your class, and so if one drops out, you get one in, that's fine. And it says in the last 6 months. So really, that one doesn't take that much to do. 100 enrollments in the last 6 months. It just means you're an active teacher, I think. So um, that concerned me at first because I used to be a lot more full time, but now, having another baby in the home, I'm going back to kind of part-time, 1 or 2 classes a day. And then people who only teach one-on-one classes, that really reduces the amount of people that they can see. Because I teach group classes, so might see 5 people at a time, whereas one-on-one classes just teach 100 people in 6 months, even if they're repeat customers. Like you can count the same person 4 different times, so they take 4 different weeks. I think that's what I heard somewhere. So I hope that's right. Okay, next one is has a star rating of at least 4.95 when measured over the past 6 months. Which means if you get a negative review in 6 months, it'll get knocked down and it will be gone. So they're only going to look at the most recent 6 months, which, whew, that's good because it's inevitable. Everybody's going to get a 4-star or even less review at least once in their lifetime. Okay. And so don't feel bad if you do. Okay. Work on it, learn from it, but then bring it back up again. So last 6 months. Next one responds to at least 65% of the messages received within 24 hours. Now that means you have to respond to it just once. So the parent sends a message about whatever, you respond to that. That's all they're going to count. One person asked on the Teacher Hub, do you have to have the last word? If they keep this conversation going back and forth, do you have to respond to their response and then respond to their response to their response to their response? No. As long as you respond the first time within 24 hours, that's what they're looking at. Because if you feel like you have to get the last word, then they have to get the last word, they have to get the last word, you're just going to never end this conversation. Okay. Next one is currently in good standing in regards to Outschool policy compliance. Okay, so you can look at that one up. And then is offering at least one section in the next 30 days. So just be an active teacher. That's for independent educators. For organizations, similar, just the amount is bigger. So the organization administrator holds the ACE educator status. Okay, so whoever owns the organization has to have an ACE thing and then has to have at least 250 enrollments in the last 6 months, 4.95 and above rating, 65% of messages, offering 3 or more sections in the next 30 days. Okay, it's just kind of bigger because organizations are usually bigger and do more than one person. Okay, then we have the Rising Star Educator. The Rising Star Educator badge will be granted in a manner similar to that of the Star Educator badge. However, there's distinct thresholds for each. So let's just scroll down here. To do that, you need to have an ACE educator status. All of them have to have that. Has had greater than or equal to 60 enrollments or greater than or equal to 175 enrollment payments in the last 6 months. So I guess that would be that if I saw Susan's student Susie 4 times this month in my ongoing class, that counts as 4 times. Even though it's Susie, it's just one person, that's 4 enrollment payments, I think. And then a star rating of at least 4.9, that means 4.90. Okay, when measured in the last 6 months, responds to at least 50% of messages received within 24 hours in good standing, and then offering at least one section the next 30 days. So a lot of people can be the Rising Star Educator as long as they're just active, even a little bit. Then we have the Popular Educator. The Popular Educator badge will be awarded to educators and organizations who are in the top 10% of sellers on Outschool. This 10% metric is based on the revenue generated by each educator or organization over the past 6 months. Okay. And they did mention that the badges can come and go and come and go. So you could get it and then you could lose it and then get another one, then lose it, because it's all fluid. Okay. So if somebody else becomes in the top 10%, or you're taking some time off, you might lose it. There are some teachers who are up there and then they had to take some medical leave and they had to cut back on classes. Well, then they would lose that one and then they could earn it back up again if they wanted to have that back again. So these are all very fluid badges, can come and go. And then you have the New on Outschool. So this badge is not new. It always mentioned new on Outschool, really tiny in words. Well, this is making it bigger. So these are people who have received fewer than 5-star ratings. Fewer than what? Fewer than how many? Fewer than 1, fewer than 5, fewer than 5 ratings. Not doesn't mean 5-star ratings. Doesn't mean like you gotta get a 2-star rating. I'm thinking it's fewer than 5 reviews or ratings. Okay. Have been active in Outschool for less than 3 months and have taught fewer than 10 group classes or 15 one-time one-on-one classes. It's important to note that as soon as you've met any of the above criteria, the New on Outschool badge will be removed, and then you can work on towards your next badge. So it's going to be experiment first, and then they can get some analysis and feedback and see what they like or don't like, and then go for it. Okay. What do you need to do to prepare as educators? Keep up the good work. Okay. It just says it just can be a feather in your cap, additional promotional tool for your business. All of them, you have to be an ACE educator. So go ahead and get that badge or get that little circle on your face. I think I'm just going to go ahead and get that this week. I'll watch 3 recordings. I'll write down some things that I learned from them. Okay. If you need to get more reviews to up your reviews, you can ask your current families to leave a review or schedule some extra sessions to get some one-on-one reviews coming in to kind of boost your rating up a little bit. And then if you have any questions, you can register for these things in June, which is weird because it's already August, but that's okay. You can always ask questions on support@outschool.com. Okay, so let's talk about one-on-one class migration. So Kathy, we're going to dig into this one a little bit. Okay. You were talking about how nervous you are about it. And then you said, I'm mostly worried that parents will take advantage of the cancellation policy. Okay, let's dive in to see what kind of policy it is, because I can't remember what it used to be and what it's going to be now. So you can type in your views, but hopefully we can discover that together. Okay. So it says on August 15th, like 10 days ago, 9 days ago, we started the migration process for one-on-one classes for independent educators. So you'll receive an email for each class that's updated to the new format. They won't all be updated the same date. You'll receive an email regarding the class update, so you can review the details. So let's read more and see if it talks about the new thing. Okay, I'm going to zoom in here. Make it bigger. Okay, so I'm just going to skim through a little bit. We wanted to change the one-on-one class format, including pricing guidance. We've got some important dates, some organizations. Okay, so I'm going to scroll through this again. I will also put this here. I'm going to put this right here into the um whatchamacallit over here, the chat, and then also put this in the description box down below, so if you guys need this on your own as well. So what's changing? Okay, new scheduling and classroom capabilities. So we've easier class creation and management. So you don't have to create different formats. Some people were doing a one-time class to get to know you and then going to ongoing, or somebody was doing one-on-one, some ongoing. Nope, we're just going to do one format, the one-on-one format. Okay, that's nice so far. New scheduling tools allow educators to customize and automate their availability for tutoring without creating dozens of new one-on-one class sections. Manually scheduling and section transfers for one-on-one classes are a thing of the past. Okay, this I've heard on the grapevine that some people like this, some people don't, because you need that buffer between each class. So one thing I saw today is that people were giving 30-minute lessons. So say from 9 to 9:30, you could not start the next class at 9:30. You had to wait till 10 to do that. So some people were reducing their classes to 25 minutes, 9 to 9:25, 5-minute buffer. Now they can offer it at 9:30 to 10, but you have to start on either the 15-minute, half an hour, 45-minute, or an hour. And for some people, that's really cutting into their income because they often start 5 minutes after. Like I know my daughter takes a class at 5:35 in the evening because her class before it ends at 5:30, give a little buffer, then she starts at the 35, which works fine for us. But would she have to change that? I don't know. Let's see what Kathy's saying. She says, also, when you open your availability, they can schedule in a wonky way. For example, they can choose a 25-minute class to start at 1:15, and that prevents the teacher from getting 2 classes per hour. That's true because you have 1:15 to 1:45, and then you guys start again at 2. But then it kind of, yeah, I can see how we have to kind of work our way around that a little bit to see. I don't know. You're gonna have to we'll have to figure that out. There might be some way to go around that, but it's still kind of wonky right now. It's still in process. We're gonna hang on for the ride, see how it goes. The next part, I do like this part, is the continuous classrooms for one-on-one learners. Okay, if they take a break or change their schedules, it will stay in that classroom. Because right now, if my daughter was going Thursdays and then this summer she wanted to do a morning time because we didn't have any school, so she was transferred to a different class or a different classroom was made for her, we lost all of the previous conversations in the classroom or all the attachments that were put in there because you changed classrooms. Well, this way it's going to follow the student. Now, to get around that, we were doing the private messaging. So the teacher to the student, well, in a sense, me, because my student is too young to type. So then it would go from teacher to student on there. So these long, conversations on there. And that would travel from class to class, no matter what we were in, because that was the private message. But then the teacher be like, there's all these different people private messaging me. I don't even know what class they're in or where they are. This does help the confusion a little bit. And I do like what they're trying to do here. Let's see. Kathy says teachers have lost control of their schedule. It's super frustrating. Yes, I agree. It totally is. I do agree with you there. Hopefully we can figure out what to do from there. Talk to Outschool. Remember, support at outschool.org. I think it's org. And put in your concerns. Okay, here's what you're talking about, the new refund policy. Okay, I'm going to highlight it right here. It says all one-on-one classes will have a standard refund policy. Full refund until 48 hours in advance or within 24 hours of the initial purchase until class starts. This will enable parents to use those new scheduling tools when they need them most, taking admin work off your plate. Okay. I can see from a parent's point of view, this is really helpful. It allows them to cancel just like they would at like a doctor's office, 24 hours, 48 hours in advance. They can have that full refund. They can reschedule for another time. That seems pretty standard to what is going out there in life in the world. But from an educator, you're counting on that income. You're counting on Susie taking a class with you every Wednesday evening. And then Monday night, they cancel it saying, oh, we're out of town. Okay, that's fine. But you can't get somebody else to come in that Wednesday night because it's hard to get one-on-one learners. So that spot's going to go empty and you've lost a huge chunk of your income. So from the educator's point of view, it's very frustrating because you can't choose your refund policy. Everybody gets the same one. I can see your frustration with that. Let's see what Kathy says. It shows this is designed very heavily to benefit and attract parents. That's true. And that is a good thing and a bad thing. Okay. We want to attract learners because I feel like we've lost a lot of learners now that we're not in the pandemic mode and we're not all online learning. As we're going back to school. So we want to promote, especially this tutoring thing, because people are back in schools, they're struggling, they need help to catch up. So they want to accommodate these parents in their busy schedules, but it does hurt us educators a little bit. Okay, let me see. This is not an industry standard. When my kids took piano classes, if I canceled, there's no refund. Okay, that's true. There are some businesses that do say that you pay for the whole month, and if you don't come, you don't come, but you still pay for the whole month. And so the that way the teachers can count on that income. That's true. That's true. I was thinking like dentists and doctors and stuff like that because I've been doing a lot with 3 kids. You're always going to something. There's some kind of checkup happening for somebody. So I just remembering that. But you're right. Tutors are a little bit different. Now this is like a tutoring. So you still paying weekly with ongoing, or is this more like a multi-day class where you can pay all at once? Which way are you going, Kathy? Ongoing or multi-day, or do you have a choice with the one-on-one format? Kathy says, I have strong feelings. Yeah, I can tell. That's good. It's good. I have contact support and will continue to do so if things go south when my classes migrate. Yeah, change is hard. I think if you're coming new to Outschool and you're just starting 101, you're like, okay, I'm just going to figure it out as we go. But if you've been doing this successfully for years and you've made an income doing it your way as an independent contractor, you're losing this control over things. And it's very frustrating. I can see that. Exactly. Okay, so let's keep going. um, the new pricing guidance for one-on-one classes. Now, it says here that prices that educators in Outschool charge for one-on-one classes are often far below the prices set by competing platforms. And I have noticed that, and I've really appreciated that because we are a family on a budget. I'm just going to admit that we have a budget. And if we can't afford a class, my kids don't take the class. Sorry, educators, you're awesome, but if we can't afford it, we can't take it. I'm sorry. So they say that for a lot of academic subjects, especially math and English, the online tutoring for kids under 18 is $60 to $100 USD per hour. So $60 an hour, that's $1 a minute. And that's kind of pretty standard. You can go above that if you want to. So they're saying that there is flexibility with Outschool to set your own prices, determine your own success, but they don't want to undervalue educators. And I agree with that as well. Okay. So they're saying, with all these things here, they are saying that there's going to be a minimum price requirement, okay, of at least $30 per hour for one-on-one classes. That means a 30-minute class will be $15. That's still 50 cents a minute. Okay, that's still well below market price, but people were doing less than that. And it was great for people like me on a budget, but it is undervaluing their time because they're putting all this time and effort to it and getting just a little bit of income with all of these students. So um now if you look on there, you should see things for $15 or more for a 30-minute class. So $15 to $30 is kind of standard now for a 30-minute class. It'd be $30 per hour. Okay. So you'll see this minimum price in effect for new one-on-one math and English classes made in the new class format and the ones that have been migrated. So if you migrate and your price is below that, your price is going to get bumped up. And it's going to start in July. So it's kind of already starting now when we'll kind of see class news format right about nowish. You can see it. Let's see what Kathy's saying about this part. She goes, I do ongoing now, but once they migrate, I think this type of class also shifts to the parents. They can do one-time blocks of 4 or ongoing. Okay. And yeah, I know typos are hard on the computer. Don't worry about it. On the phone. Yeah, one-time classes. Okay. So, I mean, some people do like chunks, 4-week chunks of time. So it'd be interesting to see, since so many educators are doing things so differently, of how that's going to impact when things become streamlined. And I do want to show you real quick, if you go to search classes on here, okay, this is just on outschool.com. I just, went over here and I went to search. Okay, so this is me searching. You can now have a new tab up here. You've got group classes here and you have one-on-one tutoring. So if I want like a group science class for my kids, that's where I would find my classes because I teach group science classes and math classes. So I'd click that one and you'd only have group classes here. And you can type in the topic or the teacher or the age range. You can also do one-on-one tutoring. So you can go back and forth. And so these should just be one-on-one things. And you'll see here it says how many times per session. This means 3 times per week. So this is how much is per week. Okay, so it's charged weekly. So at a glance, you can kind of see what's going on. You can see one of the times. You can see the person here. You can click your age. You can click your subject. You could do what day or time. Say I could only do afternoons or after school time because my kids go to school. So then it eliminates all the morning ones, which is nice. You could do day of the week. You could do price, which doesn't always work out so well because I could click on a price of $20 or less and it'll still show me some of these expensive ones. But actually, this one did pretty good. The other one I did $10 or less, and it gave me like $14. And we're like, what? Now you probably won't get a $10 or less with private tutoring because that's below the thing. Yeah, it's below the price point. Okay, so let's go back. Go back. Okay, fine. So that that one, we're just gonna reset that one. Okay, so let's go over here. Move me back. There we go. Okay. So I'd like to know your inputs on some of these things. There's one more. Okay, there's a few more things we want to talk about. I'll go fast because I know we're going kind of late. So we talked about the migration. I want to know thoughts. Okay. Good job, Kathy. Thank you for telling me your thoughts because I'm not as familiar with this. I don't teach one-on-one classes yet. The new batch payouts I do like. Okay, the batch payouts means it's going to get one single daily payout. Okay, so in the past, I would teach 7 ongoing classes a week. Well, come Sunday, when I get my payments, I was getting 7 individual payments, and I would have to add them up myself to see, okay, how much did I make this week? Now it's whoosh, one big chunk of here's your money all together. And then in the email it breaks down this class was this much, this class this much, this class this much. So you have that for your records. But in your PayPal account, it is one big chunk. So that's nice. I do like that. But you can also download the CSV report on your dashboard if you like that. Okay, let's see what she says. It says this may be cynical, but I also think Outschool is more concerned with getting a bigger 30% than teachers not getting paid what they're worth. I don't know. Last year when I was involved with the pods, they were really concerned with how much we were making as educators. Said, don't underprice yourself. Give us a good price. You deserve a higher pay. And so we would kind of up our prices a little bit. And then if we ever had any issues with the students, they would go out of their pocket to refund. So we wouldn't have to lose some of that money. It's like, no, our school will spot it because it was our mistake for whatever reason or whatever. So our school was really good for us in that way. And so they do use that 30% to help when issues are not resolved so the the teachers don't have to refund from their own pocket if there's like a technical error or the student can't access the classroom. The teacher shouldn't have to refund that. So contact Outschool support and they will. So they have this kind of buffer there. Um, so I don't know that that's a very valid personal opinion. I just don't know uh, if it's true or not. I don't know. I like to see the good in people and the good, yeah. But they've had to do some reshifting around with headquarters because, I think overall, all the online platforms are suffering this year and last year because people are going back to school. So they're not using as much online learning. It was slow for a while when our school was young, but when 2020 hit and we all stayed at home, it was this big boom and that we were really enjoying that. We were growing and growing. Well, now it's 2023 and we're trying to go back to life differently. I was going to say life before COVID, but it's just different. It just feels different. And so we're going back to in-person school. Things are just a little bit different now. Okay, positive note. Yes, I like the badge payouts also. I agree. It is nice for uh my I was gonna say my budget, but like my record keeping. Okay, so the next one is the US grade and proficiency level class tag. So starting this week, you have the option to tag your classes with the applicable US grade level tag and proficiency level tag, if relevant, during the class creation process, making it easier for families to discover the right class and cater to their learners' needs, which is nice because you can say, like, I've got a math class for kindergarten, first grade. So I'm going to go in and make sure that's labeled for kindergarten and first grade. That way when somebody's looking for first grade math, they can look at it. So if you are making a new class, you can click that button somewhere. If you are updating a class, you can go ahead and check it, or you can remove them if you choose not to tag your classes. For classes that are not tagged, you're welcome to add the applicable tags. So let me show you something that I discovered. So if you're scrolling down here and you go all the way to the bottom, this is the search engine again, you go all the way to the bottom, you're going to see down here, you go all the way down. We've got our tutoring classes over here. We have our popular classes over here. We have classes by age and classes by grade. Okay, and at the bottom, you've got your kindergarten, preschool, elementary, middle school, high school. So I can say, hey, I've got a daughter in second grade. What do second graders have? What is offered for second grade? And it can just show all these, when it loads, second grade classes and the things that are listed as second grade somewhere. So that's kind of nice. Or if I say, oh, my 3-year-old wants to have a class, so I'll go by 3 years old. Or I could do preschool. So it's nice having those tags on your classes somehow, somewhere, so that it can come up on the search. He says, I do love teaching Outschool. Thanks for being so positive. I try. I try. I save all my complaining for private because I do want to see the good in people and I do want to see their side of view. It doesn't mean I always have to agree with it. And it doesn't mean I always like it because change is hard, but I just am going to be here for the ride. Okay. Speaking of search page, they're experimenting with improving the search page. I kind of showed you there a little bit that they said that they were making the profile pictures bigger. I don't know. I mean, you can kind of see the little pictures here, the profile picture. So they say some tips to make a good picture, and some of these are really good pictures of it. Oh, let's go back over here. Okay, they said, nah, fine. I'll go here. I'll click here. Picture guidelines. Just a little note before we say goodbye together today is just make sure your picture's bright in front and center, taken within the last year. You're the only person in the photo. It's a clear head-on view of your face. You're smiling, professionally dressed. Okay, those kinds of things. And I do want to say that I really liked being able to see a picture of that face. Okay, I once back in 2020 when we were like, let's do online classes. Okay. I found this one educator that just had a picture of a flower as her profile picture. Didn't know anything about her. I clicked on the video because she had like a video and it's just clip art with music and then stock photos with music. I'm like, so what are we learning in this class? What do you look like? What's your classroom look like? Who are you? So I want to get to know you, which is why it's important to have your face as a nice, good, face on there. And then if you make a video, an intro video, make it of you. Have yourself either do a voiceover or speak into the camera. You can bring things in if you want to, but I want to see you. I don't want to see stock photos and pretty music because that's not what I'm going to get in class. I want to get you. So take your time, and I like to research my competitors a little bit. So like, hey, I'm going to teach this. Who else is teaching this? What does their video look like? This is who I'm competing with in a little bit because parents don't want to take two of the exact same kind of classes. And then you can go, well, okay, I'm going to change mine a little bit, or I'm going to, do this. Don't steal from them, of course not. But you're getting insight and input with what's working out there to see what you want to do. Oh, Kathy, thank you. This is good job. You're setting a good example for all of us. I try. I try. Because complaining about it won't do much good unless you complain about it to support, because then you're giving input for them to utilize in their strategy, their marketing strategy, as they're trying to figure out, does this work or not work? They want to hear from you. So comments are very helpful. Some complaints are helpful. But if it's all you're doing, it's just negativity, bring down, bring down, bring down. Um, okay, so homework for this week for everybody. Go get your ACE Educator badge if you don't already have it. Go through your classes, see if you want to add the grade level to it, spice up your profile picture, check out the class migration if you're doing 101. I don't know. Go have fun. Says go. So true. Going right to support is the most productive way to go. Yes. I mean, yes, you can complain on the Facebook hub and you can get other people to complain too. And the admins do see those, but they're not the ones in charge of it. If you want to go to talk to somebody who can actually do something, you need to go to support. So they have an email, and wish I remember what it was. Is it .org? Support at outschool.org, I think. Is it .org or .com? Okay, I have to look it up. But yeah, email them, let them know what's what's going on, what you think, and stuff. Let's see if we can find it um, down here. I don't know if there's a way to like contact somebody. Oh, I don't know. But there's ways. If you go to the bottom of the search page, there's all kinds of things that you are kind of hidden, like below all these things. You've got the blog, you've got the press, you can do these articles that talk about things, you can do these tags. So there's a lot of things on that search page that you could do. So you can help, go to help maybe. I don't know, there's ways you can talk to them. Okay, guys, I can sit and talk to you for all day long, but I have to go and you have to go, and my baby's calling for me, so I gotta go. Oh, it's .com. Thank you, Kelly. Okay, support at outschool.com. Let me put that up here real quick. Okay, here we go. Support at outschool.com. Let me, okay, let me blow this up here real quick. Okay. Where is it? There it is. There! Ha ha! I see, I can figure out technology. Yeah. Okay. So if you have any issues or comments or complaints about anything you heard about today, don't come to me. I don't know. I'm just a teacher. Go to support at outschool.com. Okay. Bye, Kathy. Thanks for coming today. Have fun. Have a great day too. Yes, you too. And anybody watching the recording, say hi in the comments below. Tell me your thoughts on anything you heard about today. Bye. Oh, wait. I got to say goodbye like my kids. Ready? Bye. Okay, gotta blow me away in 3, 2, 1.